Yo, what's going on, guys? Snooze Man back here with a YouTube video, and today we're actually going to talk about how to sign players in free agency to good deals here in Madden 21 franchise mode. Now, as you guys can see, I am in off-season free agency week 1 here, and we have a decent amount of cap room at 45 mil. Now, before I go into it, this ties into my last and previous video. Now, I'm hoping my audio for this video is a lot better. But we are going to go into spend coach XP again, which is similar to what I talked about last video in Master Trade Negotiator, but it's going to be a lot of these. Now, I don't have a ton of XP to work with here. I only have 5125 XP available at this point, but we can work with this and we can go with one of these. Now, it depends on what we want to go with. Now, I worked on a video of involving running that, so maybe I can do this one, but it's up to you guys. I have a little bit to spend, but I can really only do one of these. Looking more so for offensive side of the ball. It depends on what we want here. But as you guys can see in the little bio to the right, it says increases the interest in your team if you make an offer to a player at this position in free agency. Now that's completely up to you. I'm going to go with the running back one because I feel like that's my most in need. We're going to go ahead and hit options for on the PS4 here to submit that. And we're going to go ahead and go into free agency. Now, I was talking about signing free agent players to good deals. Now, you're going to want to pay attention to what are these guys making. So if we were to go ahead and tap on one of these players, we would have to offer them 31 and a half at least, because that's their fair offer, but we might have to kick that up compared to other teams and what they're offering them. Obviously, these three teams are probably in a bidding war. They're offering them a lot. Three teams are in a bidding war. You're going to try to stay away from that, and especially if these guys are over 30. This is a 32 and a 33-year-old. In terms of Madden, you're going to want to stay away from these guys. Now, as you guys can see, we have a 92 overall superstar development, 26 years of age, Alvin Kamara, great running back, and there's no team bidding for him. And as you guys can see, we have no running back, and that's why I, for my Coach XP upgrade, I want to help out with team interest of the running back position. Now, we can give him a fair offer here of 47, but we could even kick this down a little bit, believe it or not. Maybe kick this down to 4.5. We're just kind of estimating because there's no team bidding on him. We'll kick this down to maybe like 3.5. So we're going to around 40 mil instead of 47. So we're kind of kicking this down a little bit. And we're going to see his interest level is still pretty high here, and we are the only team bidding for him. Now that's a lot of money that we just saved by giving him that type of offer. Now we can even go after more guys. Again, Kareem Hunt. Now we can have a masterful backfield here, and that can be awesome in a dynamic duo. Now we can give him this offer, but there's no teams really giving him anything. We can kind of kick this down to maybe 3 mil and maybe go all the way down. We can kick this up a little bit more. Okay, maybe he can take something like this. So maybe we can take something like this, and high interest level, he kind of likes it. And there's no team doing it. There's no team doing Al Robinson. I didn't sign him for a lot of reasons, but we can get him on a decent deal. And by decent deals, I mean that we can get them for way less than what they're asking for because there's no team bidding on them. Now, in the future, we're not going to get every single player, but what helps us is we just signed 2 running backs with Kareem Hunt and Alvin Kamara. What's going to really help us is there's no team bidding for him. They're both awesome running backs. We don't have running backs, and we got that master trade negotiator package for running backs to have more interest in us to sign with us. And that helps us a lot because we need that position, and there's no team vying for him. Now we're going to try to get Allen Robinson back. We have the cap, and in previous videos talking about cap space, we were able to break that down, how to improve our cap space. So if you guys are running into issues in free agency and you guys don't have a lot of cap, make sure you check out my previous videos back then on releasing players and stuff like that, on low cap penalty, but you're paying them a ton in the future. Make sure you guys are sorting that stuff out and going into salaries, and you can improve your cap situation a ton. I could easily do that, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to try to get players on decent deals to sign with us, with what we have in money right now. So we're going to try to do something. We'll give them 7 right here. So we're, instead of 69, it's going to get 63.8. Interest level still really good, and we're in the green, so it's obviously green interest. Now there's no team that is vying for him again. We could even go after a Marcus Williams. We're going to see how many guys we can get out of this that aren't bidding. Week 1 is huge and essential to try and get some of the bigger superstars that teams aren't bidding for. We'll go a little higher, 48.7 compared to 56. We're going to try to do that. It needs a scheme fit. Green, now we don't have a ton of cap room, but we can even go and get Philip Lindsay and stuff like that. Chidobe Awuzie, I think, would be a really good piece. You know what, we're going to offer that because that's still green interest. There's no other team. We have no cap, so we're going to see what happens. But we can create cap by cutting players, trading players, low penalties, and stuff like that. It's really, really easy. Check back in my other videos. But we're going to go ahead and advance a week and see if we got some of these players on awesome and amazing deals here.
All combine stats, such as the 40-yard dash, are now available.
Now we did get Kareem Hunt, and we got Chidobe Awuzie. So we got 2 of the 4 guys that we were really trying to get. So we got 2 guys on amazing deals. So we got Awuzie on, what, 7-8 mil, way less. Same thing with Hunt. So we got both these guys on amazing deals. But we should be able to get that cap space back that we were trying to get Hunt and Robinson at. It looks like we didn't. We might, yeah, we're still vying for them. And as you guys can see, now this is the time where you really have to pay attention to your bids, because now we're sort of in a bidding war after week 1, but not necessarily with Alvin Kamara and Allen Robinson. As you guys can see with Marcus Williams, we have another team vying for him, but they are second. If it ended right now for Marcus Williams to decide, it should and would be the Chicago Bears. Now we still have Allen Robinson. We should definitely get him back. There's no team really interested in him. I feel like for some weird reason, I feel like we're going to get him back. Alvin Kamara can be really iffy, but I think we can get him. There's no team bidding on him. So I think we're in a good spot still with those players. We got 2 of really, what, the 5 that we were trying to get, actually. Let me see. We got 2 in Hunt and Awuzie. We still have Kamara, Robinson, and Williams. So actually, we got 2 of the 5 we were trying to get on really good deals. Let's see if we can. We got Allen Robinson and Alvin Kamara, guys. So as you guys can see, we took down our value in our contracts by a lot. So you guys have to take that into consideration, that no one was vying for Alvin Kamara, no one was vying for Allen Robinson. So make sure you guys are paying attention to that. Let's see what's happening now with, I believe, Marcus Williams here. And now they increase their offer. So we still have a little bit to flirt with in terms of cap. I don't think we can go crazy with it. We still have a little bit of cap space to go with. That's 50. He's asking for 56. Let's increase this to this. So this is 53 mils, asking for 56. We still have 1 mil left in cap, which we can easily create for the next season. It'll also give us more money that it'll dump for us as well, because EA gives us that. It's not giving me that. It's too low. So we'll go down a little bit to the point where, okay. Alright, let's see if we're even close. Nope, that lowered us a little bit. So it looks like we got ourselves out of the running for Marcus Williams, but we were able to get 4 out of the 5 guys for great deals. And honestly, I could easily go into my salaries as I talked back. Hold up. Go back and show you guys salaries here. And if I break this down and I go position by position and say, you know, That's my previous video on showing you guys how to finesse the trade system and work the trade system like a pro. So that's how I got Kyler Murray. But we have a guy like um, Nick Foles who we really can't do too much with because he has a bigger penalty than what we're even paying him at. Um, Same thing with Kamara and Hunt. But as you guys can see, we have Kamara and Hunt, so the bad running backs are done. Um, Allen Robinson, he's on a decent deal, but way less than what we were able to trade him for. Um, but we can make some money in some areas. Let me see. Somebody like Jimmy Graham would be a great guy that we can save some money in. Let's say we wanted to tap on him and say release. It'll say release in time Jimmy Graham will free 7 mil in cap room. Um, but as you guys can see, if we back out, the reason is because you have a penalty of only 3, but then you're paying him 10 mil. So that's going to give us 7 mil to free up there. And you do that, and as you guys can see, once we do that, if we back out, I'm not sure. I didn't pay attention to our cap space, but that probably helped out a little bit. And you go into free agency. Um, it might take a little bit to free that up, but there it is, guys. We were only at 50K. Now we're at 7.36 with just that little release there. That could go a long way in terms of getting this guy. So we can still go a few mil less. Um, we can't get him, but I'm gonna try to get Marcus Williams, so we can try to get everybody. And that's 61. That's a little bit too much. Let's see how much Washington is paying. As you guys can see, this is what overbidding happens. So you don't want to really overpay that by that much. We're already overpaying right there by 5 mil. You don't want to go crazy and burn your cap space. You might as well just keep your cap for after the rookies that you're about to draft and future guys that you're going to end up having to repay. Um, and we'll advance 1 week and see what happens. If we don't get him, then fine. We don't want to overpay. Washington's overpaying him, and they're going to get in a massive debt. As you guys can see, he rejected. He went with the ridiculous offer with Washington. But that's perfectly okay. We got 4 or 5 guys for great deals, and we would have overpaid for Marcus Williams anyways. Finesse and get really, really good deals with free agents each and every single season. So make sure you guys are doing that. And when you guys are struggling, go into your salaries and release some guys, and that should free up a lot of money to get guys as well. But that will be it for today's video, guys. Hopefully this audio is a little better. But we are trying to hit 230 subs. We're only 2 away. And that will be it again. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.